Hello everyone, welcome to the next video of Delhi Sultans, and in this video I'll cover the topic the circle of justice. Okay, so let us understand the circle of justice. So I'm going to present the next slide. As you can see here, you can see right on here that there's a circle which consists, and you can see that there's a hierarchy which is followed. Like you can see, kings are dependent upon soldiers. Soldiers are often dependent upon salaries, and salaries comes from the peasants whenever they pay taxes to the kings. So that is how the circle of justice works. So now let us understand this thing in a bit of detail. So let us see that how uh, kings are dependent upon soldiers, and soldiers are dependent for salaries, and then salaries often come from peasants. So let us see in the next video, right? Next slide, sorry. So you can see here that dear children, like we have our government, and we see that there are a lot many taxpayers in our country, and you know that the government, like whatever the government provides us, the facilities of roads, of transportation, and of everything, from where does the government gets money? Because we often hear that every property is a public property, or it's a government, every public property is a government property. But from where does the government get so much of money so that it offers for the construction of road, it offers for the welfare of the people, and how the things work? So actually, that in our country, the people who earn more income, which is above a tax category, then a person is required to pay taxes on that particular income, and that tax is paid to the government, and that money government utilizes for the welfare of people and for the other development works. Like you can see that the very first line, you can see that the king cannot survive without soldiers. You already know, in the past times, when we talk about the medieval era, when we talk about that time period, there were a lot of wars which the kings used to fight with their enemy rulers and the other rulers, in order to maintain their position, in order to run their government. So basically how it works, that that for their survival, for the survival of the empire, and for everything, king needs support of soldiers. But you know that in this world nothing comes for free. So soldiers were often dependent upon salaries, because they, unless and until they are paid for their work, they will not uh, get motivated, because they are also the people who have to take care of their families, of their children, and so on and so forth. So that is why they were dependent upon salaries. But again, the question comes, from where does the king will give the salary? So the salary, or uh, or the money, used to come from peasants. So the monies and the salaries come from the revenue which was collected from the peasants. So peasants, whatever was sown like crops and for agriculture produce, they used to pay taxes to the kings, and that money, from that money, the king used to pay back it to the soldiers, so that he can get support of soldiers, right? So, and you know that unless and until people are not happy, if see government is not working in our favor, the government is not doing any good policies, not giving good policies, and not working for the welfare of people, they are not the people will not be happy from the government. And again, what will happen? The people will lose interest, and um, they will often not pay the taxes or something like that. They'll not support the government, right? So in the same way, in order to keep in order to receive the revenues or the taxes from the peasant, is it was very necessary that the peasant should be happy and prosperous. Okay, unless and until the peasants are not happy with the king, they will not be uh, they will not they don't want they will not like to pay taxes to the king, right? So that is why um, the peasants have to be happy. And then only, and the peasants can only be happy when the king is going to promote the honest and justice to the people, that is honest and justice governance, right? So this is how the circle of justice works. Now I hope this this diagram must be clear to you that kings were dependent upon soldiers, and soldiers were often dependent upon salaries, and salaries used to come from the peasants, and the peasants will only pay the money or the revenue when the taxes, whenever the king will promote honest and justice governance, right? So thank you.